Did you know that one silent condition in your body could be the root cause of heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and even some cancers? It's called insulin resistance, and most people have it without even knowing. In the next 10 minutes, I'll explain why insulin resistance is so dangerous, and what you can do to reverse it. It's a truly staggering thought. This isn't some rare, exotic illness. It's a condition called insulin resistance, and I believe it is one of the most significant, yet least discussed, health crises of our time. From heart disease, type 2 diabetes, dementia, even certain cancers, this single underlying issue is often the first domino to fall. The good news is this condition is not a life sentence. In this video, we pull back the curtain on this unseen epidemic and show how to reverse it. To understand insulin resistance, we first need to appreciate the vital role of insulin itself. Insulin is a hormone produced by your pancreas, and its main job is to act like a key. After you eat carbohydrates, your body breaks them down into glucose, a type of sugar that enters your bloodstream. This glucose is your body's primary fuel source. Insulin's job is to travel through your bloodstream and unlock the doors to your cells, in your muscles, fat, and liver, allowing that glucose to enter and be used for energy. This process keeps your blood sugar levels in a safe, stable range. Now imagine your body's cells are like tiny houses on a very busy street. Each house has a front door with a lock, and insulin is the only key that can open it. When you eat a meal, a delivery truck, your bloodstream, arrives, filled with packages of energy, or glucose. Insulin comes along, unlocks the doors, and the packages are brought inside to power the house. Insulin resistance is what happens when the locks on those doors become rusty and difficult to open. Imagine you start eating a diet high in sugar and processed carbohydrates day after day. The delivery trucks keep arriving, overloaded with packages. To cope, the pancreas pumps out more and more keys, more insulin, to try and force those stubborn doors open. Over time, your insulin is chronically high and your cells are becoming increasingly deaf to its signal. This is the essence of insulin resistance. The sheer prevalence of insulin resistance is what makes it such a formidable public health issue. It's a spectrum, ranging from mild inefficiency to a full-blown crisis where the pancreas can no longer keep up. You can have it for years, even a decade or more, without a formal diagnosis, because the early signs are often subtle and easy to attribute to stress or getting older. So, what should you be looking for? The early warning signs are often whispers rather than shouts. Persistent, unexplained fatigue, especially that afternoon slump, reaching for a coffee or a sugary snack. Increase in abdominal fat. Visceral fat gathers around your organs, making your waistline expand even if the scale doesn't move much. Persistent hunger even shortly after a large meal. Intense cravings for carbohydrates and sugary foods. You might also notice skin tags and patches of darkened, velvety skin known as acanthosis nigricans. For women, irregular menstrual cycles and polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, can be signs. If any of these sound familiar, it's not a reason to panic, but it is a reason to pay attention. Standard tests often miss the early stages. A better test is fasting insulin. High fasting insulin is the classic hallmark of early insulin resistance. It rises long before blood glucose does. If you suspect something, schedule a checkup and ask your clinician about fasting insulin and metabolic health. Early detection makes reversal much easier. While the early symptoms might seem minor, the damage happening inside your body is anything but. The combination of high blood sugar, hyperglycemia, and high insulin, hyperinsulinemia, creates a toxic internal environment. Think of it as a slow-burning fire. Chronic inflammation is underway, setting the stage for diseases associated with aging. High levels of glucose can damage the delicate inner lining of your arteries, creating tiny nicks and lesions. Your body treats this as an injury and initiates an inflammatory repair process, which involves cholesterol and plaque formation. Over time, this leads to atherosclerosis, stiffened, narrowed arteries, raising blood pressure and heart disease risk. High insulin contributes by promoting inflammation and smooth muscle proliferation in artery walls. Your liver stores excess glucose. When overwhelmed, it converts sugar into fat. Fat accumulates inside liver cells, leading to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD, affecting up to 1 in 3 adults. This can progress to inflammation, scarring, cirrhosis, and even liver failure or cancer. In the brain, insulin is key for memory and learning. When brain cells become insulin resistant, energy uptake falls and cognitive decline can follow. This process is linked to neuroinflammation and patterns associated with Alzheimer's. In the kidneys, filters are damaged by high blood sugar pressure, eventually leading to chronic kidney disease. Insulin resistance negatively affects your immune system and bone health. Essentially, no part of your body is safe from this relentless systemic damage. High insulin can act as a growth factor, encouraging cancer cell proliferation in tissues like breast, colon, and prostate. Think of insulin resistance as the common root from which multiple chronic diseases grow. Tackle the root, and you change the whole tree. This shifts medical thinking from treating separate symptoms to addressing a single underlying cause. Next, we look at how our modern lives actively create this condition, and what to do about it. Insulin resistance is not a random genetic curse. It is largely a predictable consequence of our modern lifestyle. We're surrounded by cheap, convenient, hyper-palatable foods packed with refined carbs, sugars, and industrial seed oils. Sugary drinks, breakfast cereals, white bread, pastries, and processed snacks all cause rapid blood glucose spikes. This forces your pancreas to release a tidal wave of insulin, again and again, until your cells begin to ignore the signal. Compounding the problem is our sedentary existence. Muscles are the largest glucose sinks. When dormant, they become less receptive to insulin. Our ancestors were constantly moving. Modern life tells the body it does not need much fuel, so glucose lingers in the bloodstream. Chronic stress and poor sleep worsen insulin resistance. Cortisol tells the liver to dump glucose into circulation. Even one bad night impairs insulin sensitivity. Chronic sleep loss compounds the damage. Our 24/7 world is dismantling metabolic health, one poor meal, one sedentary day, one sleepless night at a time. But these are modifiable factors. Next, we cover the actionable steps to reverse insulin resistance. Now for the most important part of our discussion, how to fight back. The wonderful truth is that reversing insulin resistance is possible, and the most powerful tool you have is your fork. Dramatically reduce or eliminate sugary beverages, juices, sweetened coffees. They deliver massive sugar loads with no fiber. Swap refined carbohydrates, white bread, white rice, sugary cereals, for whole grains, brown rice, quinoa, oats, or better yet, non-starchy vegetables. Fill your plate with leafy greens, broccoli, cauliflower, peppers, mushrooms, and include healthy fats and proteins. Olive oil, avocados, nuts, seeds, fish, poultry, and eggs are staples of a lower-carb Mediterranean-style diet that supports insulin sensitivity. Consider time-restricted eating. Restrict your meals to an 8-10 hour window, or extend fasting to 14-16 hours, so insulin levels drop for long periods. This gives your cells a break and helps resensitize them to insulin. Movement matters. A brisk 30-minute walk daily helps muscles pull glucose out of the bloodstream. Add resistance training, lifting weights, squats, push-ups, because more muscle creates a bigger sponge to soak up glucose. Exercise lowers blood sugar immediately and improves insulin sensitivity over weeks and months. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. Create a relaxing bedtime routine and a dark, cool room. Avoid screens before bed. Manage stress with mindfulness, time in nature, calming music, hobbies, and connection. Anything that lowers chronic cortisol. Combining a whole food lower-carb diet with time-restricted eating, movement, sleep, and stress management is a powerful 1-2 punch to reverse insulin resistance. Small changes yield quick wins, more energy, clearer thinking, better mood, and a looser waistband. All signs you're reclaiming metabolic health. Choose one manageable habit this week. Swap sugary cereal for eggs or yogurt with berries, or commit to a 20-minute post-dinner walk. Build from there. Insulin resistance is behind most chronic diseases, but it's reversible. Start tracking your lifestyle choices today. Small daily habits, food, movement, sleep, stress, add up to profound change. Your body and your future self will thank you. Next, I'll show you the 5 daily habits that can crush insulin resistance naturally.